Hello, dear friends. I'm coming to you from Deer Park Monastery. Brother Joe asked me if I'd like to share anything for our gathering, and I thought how appropriate it would be, to share with you around a little wood fire. So he wanted me to share something around the theme of warmth. So this morning I woke up and lit a little fire. Here you can see. And I'm sitting in our tea house in Deer Park Monastery. And this morning the brothers did sitting meditation in our room separately. We're in quarantine, and we've been practicing for at least 1.5 months of our rains retreat, 3 months rains retreat. So this morning I have been sitting and contemplating about warmth, and especially warmth during the winter when it's cold. And in meditation practice, we often think of the practice as a way of gathering wood to make a fire, to keep our home warm. So this is a kind of message for all our friends out there. It's a tough time for humanity, for all of us humans, as well as animals and the whole planet, that we are facing a lot of challenges, and that we all need some warmth. And meditation can be seen as a way of taking care of ourselves, to keep ourselves warm so we don't become cold. So I hope that you can find some time, and that might mean different things for people, but to come back to that place where you feel that you've taken care of yourself. A lot of times we do a lot of things, activist things, and service, and taking care of other people, taking care of other issues, and we fundamentally forget to take care of ourselves, and we burn out, as well as we begin to lose the vision to keep our direction. So I think it's said in the meditation circle, in winter you need to gather wood, so don't overwork yourself. You always have to keep enough wood near the stove so that you don't run out for the winter. And this is a very beautiful reminder for all of us, that not to burn all our wood, and especially before winter to gather wood. And this is something that sometimes we forget to do, and we run out, and our heart, our mind, our body becomes very cold. We lose the energy. So this is a very, and to do that is nothing fantastic. You just need some time to really stop what you're doing and to come back to a space, to sit still, to stop, to sit still, to find a space for yourself, so that you are intentionally, deliberately caring for yourself. So stopping and doing whatever you're doing off your smartphone, off the internet, conversation. Find that time, whether it's a moment in the day, a day of the week, the weekend, to really take care of yourself. You can do this with the breathing. Just stopping, sitting still, not doing anything. Just following your breathing and sending that intention of care of yourself to yourself. So this is just the act of what we looked at meditation. It's not to achieve anything, but sitting still is to take care of ourselves. And sometimes we forget, and this is a reminder for all of us that what's coming up for our generation will need a lot of us to contribute and to participate for a better change. But fundamentally, it's based on our energy and what we bring to the table. So please take care of yourself. And we all know, and those of who love to make wood fire, there's an art to it. Please enjoy making a fire, and you know that you can't start with the big pieces. We have to start with small little pieces, even little twigs. This morning I used pine needles and pine cones underneath some paper, and I let the fire warm first before I put in the big pieces. And there's an art to it. If you put all the big pieces, it just will not make the fire. And so we all know that how important it is to have small pieces relative to the big pieces, and there's a stage to it. So sometime in our work, in our service to improve society and humanity, we kind of want so much. Our motivation, our aspiration is like big logs, and we burn out because we can't make the fire. So please take your time. Start with small steps in your day. Change little things at a time in your own life, and you see the fire begins to burn. Another way of looking at it maybe is to see that we can do it together, like-minded friends, and to build the fire together with small pieces. So building a fire is an artwork, and creating change and movement also requires artwork. So how you organize your day, the little pieces, the little moments in your day, is also contributing to the bigger change. So you can see it that way, that it's not just dependent on newsworthy headline changes, but they can start with your own life, with your daily activities. And another thing is, for those who like to make wood fire, is oak wood. Find wood that burns slow. This is very important. Don't burn too fast. As you know, they don't. The best wood is the one that's burned really slow. So that's another reminder for us to not to be such a we're motivated, but we also have to be careful not to expend ourselves. So see it as a nice chunk of wood, oak wood. And around Deer Park Monastery we go into the forest and we find dead wood, dead oak trees that we harvest, and they are they give the most warmth and they burn the longest. In fact, you can put two wood together and they can last over the night to the next day. So this is for those who know how to make fire. Use that wisdom there to look at your own life in your own activity, and not to don't be too fooled by burning quickly, because the fire runs out. So please, in this theme of keeping warm in the winter, I just hope and wish every one of us we can have enough wood in our heart so that we can make this period that we're going through and throughout our whole life, that we don't lose our warmth. In Buddhist meditation we call it our bodhicitta, the mind of love, or the fire of love, a fire of awakening. So this is my hope for all of you. I'll leave here with reading one of Thai's poem, and it's also about taking care of ourselves. And in meditation, we also see ourselves, our mind, our heart, our relationship as garden. And I'll read it to you. Thai wrote it. It's called "You Are My Garden." A tree is dying in my garden. You see it, but you also see other trees that are still vigorous and joyful, and I'm very happy and thankful. I know a tree is dying in my garden, but I do not see it as the whole of my garden, and I need you to remind me of that. I am told to take care of the garden left to me by my ancestors. A garden always has beautiful trees and other trees that are not so healthy. That is the reason why we have to take good care of it. You are my garden, and I know that I should practice as a gardener. But I've also seen an old unattended garden where the cherry and peach trees still bloom wonderfully and always in time. So that's my hope for all of us, that we come back and take care of our garden as we take care of the garden of humanity, and that we see each other and see ourselves, our heart, our mind, as to take care of, to tend to. And also accept that in the garden there are also difficult and unhealthy trees, the suffering that exists, but that's not the whole garden. That there's challenges, but that's not all of our life. There are things happening that is not nourishing, but we let us pay attention to take care of the good trees that are still alive in our heart. So, dear friends, please take care of your garden, take care of each other's garden, and please make sure you have enough wood to carry you through the winter and always keep yourself warm. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the festival. Thank you, Joe, and see you